En junker red ved juletid.
Ching chang ching lutilej.
Omkring ham dannede sneen hvid.
Ching chang ching lutilej.
Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. This is TOTES, the topic of the episode show, where we throw out a topic to you and you send it back to us. We read those topics and discuss them.
Yeah.
So this week we're going to talk about our favorite default weapons. Like a lot of times games will give you kind of a fallback weapon in situations with limited ammo, limited magic, limited whatever.
Sure.
And so that way you always have something to fight with. And some of those are okay. Some of those we have nostalgia for. Like one of the first one that came to mind for me was the crowbar from Half-Life.
Yeah.
Because like I'm kind of like I'm always panicking when they give me limited anything. And so I'm like, I can't use any bullets. I'm just gonna hack everything to bits with the crowbar. And so I went through most of the game with the crowbar.
Specifically so you can save ammo.
Yeah, specifically to save ammo, and I mean that's in Last of Us. I'm running around choking people out and stabbing them and
Because
everything.
you can, yeah.
And so I really appreciate when they give you something like that, so that you always have something.
Yep.
And so we wanted to reach out to the community and ask you, what are some of those weapons that you have nostalgia for?
Yeah.
Chris White says he really likes the starting guns in the Halo series, both the pistol and the machine gun. Like sometimes you'll use some of the other ones, but these are just really durable, reliable weapons. And Alex Karn said the pistol is legendary.
Correct, yeah.
And yeah, because like you just go through and like actually in multiplayer they actually had to patch down the damage that the pistol was doing, because if you could get a headshot off,
You're good.
you win.
You're good, yeah.
And so they went into the multiplayer matches and they were like, oh goodness, everybody's only using the pistol and that's what we're doing. Yeah, we're going to tone that down a little bit.
Similarly, when it comes to pistols, I think two different franchises have this, but the Tomb Raider, the old school Tomb Raider franchise, the pistols in that, and then you could like get upgraded versions or whatever, but the pistols in that I would use constantly, because in the old school Tomb Raider, shotgun shells and all of that are kind of limited.
Yeah.
Where you're not really limited in regards to the dual pistols. Again, with dual pistols, the Hitman games, I would use those a lot. Now you can't upgrade those and everything, but I use those almost the entire game just because it's so cool. Yeah, it's not very stealthy, but it's really cool to have to do that. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
We also talked last week about what may be the best, which is the sledgehammer from Red Faction Guerrilla Warfare.
It's so much fun.
The versatility in that, I mean, the fact that you can you're hitting someone with like, what is that, like a 40, 30-pound sledge or something?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it mows through your opponents, at least knocking them down, so then you can do like a vertical hit on them.
Yeah.
But it also takes down buildings. You can literally make your own hole into a building, go through, and then just wipe out people inside. And it surprises them when they're guarding this door and you come in from behind.
Yeah.
It's enough of a surprise that you can get in and hit them in the head with the freaking sledgehammer.
And speaking of versatility, Christian Michaels said that his favorite was the BioShock Infinite Skyhook, because it's a weapon, it's a traversal mechanic, it like there's just so much more to it, and the Skyhook itself allows for a lot of really special moments where you're just up over the city and you can see it in a way that you wouldn't have been able to otherwise. And so I really appreciate when they take a weapon and they make it into more than just a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as like just straight up weapons go, though, the X-Buster from Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's other weapons or whatever, but I found myself using that way more than I did in the original Mega Man series.
Yeah.
Like Mega Man X, most of the time I'm just going in with the X-Buster until it comes to the boss, and then if they have a weakness to it, I'll do it there.
Yeah.
But like it just becomes so crazy powerful.
I think part of it also, it's the idea when you start the story and you just become attached to certain weapons. I mean, even if another weapon is better, you're like, I love the look of this one though. The Buster Sword in Final Fantasy VII. I mean, it's so iconic. I mean, it's on the it's on all of the
It's on the cover of the game.
The cover,
it's on the promotional art, everything. Yeah.
So when you get an upgrade like 2.5, 3 hours into the game where you do have a better sword, I kept the Buster Sword for a while because I'm like, I really like it. It's just, I like the look.
Yeah.
And then very quickly you have another sword, and the game has like 70 or 80 hours of gameplay, and you're playing with all these different swords. But that Buster Sword looks so cool.
Yeah. And like when I played Bloodborne, I kept the cane for like the
Yes.
entire game because it was so versatile, because you had like the short range super poke and stab and whatever, and then you had like the room clearing whoosh, whoosh, whip version, and that was just fun.
I literally looked up, because I was looking to see, okay, what do different people talk about in some of these, and did a little quasi research, more of just like kind of to get the creative juices going.
Yeah.
And someone commented about the cane on that, and they're like, "This is the only weapon you need in the game."
Yeah.
It's so fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And then and Christian again says the hunter's axe for Bloodborne, because like it was great. It was good strength. It was good versatility in it, and that's something that I look for. But like again, for me, somebody who continues to come back to what will help me conserve the most stuff, just in case I need it later. I really liked how, in going back to The Last of Us, when spoilers.
Quasi?
You should have played it by now, but when you're
It's still a good game, even if you're spoiled, I promise.
when you're playing, there's a section where you get to play as Ellie.
Yeah.
And whereas Joel will like choke him out and kill him that way, Ellie just leaps on like a wild animal. Is like stab, 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 and like as they fall down and are dying, she's still stabbing away, because she's so desperate. And so they used the weapon as a mode of communicating the differences between the two characters, and I really appreciated that, and being able to see what it was, and so there are a lot of default weapons in games that we have nostalgia for, or that we feel are really well done.
Yeah.
And those are some of those weapons for us.
So let us know in the comments what some of your favorite default weapons are that you played in video games, and ones that just hold a special place in your heart, that even if they're not that great, you just keep using them.
Indeed.
And we'll talk to you guys later.
See you next week.